Friends, I'm host Eric, as naturally I am here to say, miggity, 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 may. Where's, can't read this at all, of course. Why is it so not bright? So, okay. My phone's trying to teach me things. I can put filters on. Now, on my live streams, apparently. That's new. Now it's dance party. Yes, for sure. We gotta have a dance party going on around here. Because, it's just how I roll. Eat, sleep, rave, repeat, motherfuckers. Dance party all the time. So, you probably never experienced an Eric live stream dance party before. And you're probably saying, what have I been missing out on my whole life? Or maybe I should turn it this way, huh? Or it's still up and down. It's supposed to be, oh, whatever. I got this new phone and now it live streams like this? What the fuck? I don't want it to live stream up and down. I mean, I could set it up like that, I guess. It's one of these foldy phones, You can fold it and you sit down someplace. Maybe I should put it here and mute this. Anyway, I'll have to get accustomed to this this new phone. What do you think about this? Does this make it more exciting to watch me live stream? It makes me a lot less threatening, huh? Everybody feels safe when Eric's surrounded by bubbles. And, the motto here, talking with Spanish people, has long been safety first. Anybody have a preference? I guess that's no filter. Let's see. I'm on the silver screen, apparently. This is pretty cool. This is what I normally look like, actually, without any filters. I look like, I guess you'd call me a badass mofo, would be one word to express it. Anyway, so I got this new phone. Mostly because I needed a phone that actually worked. I could make phone calls, get like text codes and stuff on it. And I like the idea of these foldy phones, but I'm not liking the idea that I can't make it horizontal. What's up with that? Oh well, whatever. Hopefully the audio is a little better. then it wasn't the old phone. Oh yeah, that's me. I got a real handsomeness makeover from guess who? Dance Party Donna. And she said, what you need, Eric, are some dance party lights like this. And here they are. But you know what? Let's just be plain. Let's just do it old school. I'm sorry, Martha. Crops didn't come in again this year. We're gonna be eating weevils again. Let's go out to the garage. Let me take these cigarettes. Let me take the bong. Let me take your mom. Let me take her mom. Let me take their mom. That should be enough. Have all of those people, should be fine. Bong, cigarette, muggity, maggity. Where did I put my beer? Well, I heard something real loud, real big, walking down the gully a little while ago. I was like, okay, that sounds very bipedal. And then somebody screamed, bipedal, to correct me. No, that didn't happen. I was lying. But there wasn't a very big bipedal sounding down the gully. I don't know if it was a Sasquatch, a bear, a very large deer maybe, but it didn't sound like it was walking on four legs. It sounded like a two-legged terror. So I'm thinking probably Sasquatch. Most things that walk on two legs are Sasquatch. But not all things, okay? Oh. So I'm gonna go see real quick before I even settle in here. I'm gonna turn off this light. I'm gonna see if I can see this big thing that was walking around out here. Of course, I don't hear it anymore. It probably was like, no way. I gotta be super quiet now. Because that guy heard me. Sasquatching around down here. Okay, I'm gonna try to safely set my new phone somewhere where it's not gonna fall over. The last 30 hours or so have been a whirlwind of activity. A little bit too much, really, to be honest. We had a really great start to the trip. The drive down was just effortless, painless, fun, you know. Got to the hotel and live streamed a bit. And then Rachel read something like, oh, every planet's in retrograde right now. And like immediately thereafter, everything started going to shit. We pulled it off. We got everything we needed to get done, but it's like We decided to go to Canner's in the middle of the night last night. They don't even have, you know. We try to, my glasses break. It takes us like 5 hours to get our phones turned. T-Mobile is so terrible. It's getting the transfer pin and code thing I needed to switch over to Verizon was fucking pain in the ass. Rachel got a new phone, but she didn't have it with her because they didn't have it in stock, the one she wanted. She wanted a specific color. Like, I don't care what color her phone is, The lady's like, she could tell I didn't care what color. Is black okay? Yeah, black's fine. Okay. See if I can blow a smoke ring. That will be indistinguishable from these bubbles. Not that good at blowing smoke rings anymore. I used to be a little bit better at it. The blue moon. Oh, those aren't effects, Eliana Diaz. Those are actual bubbles. I invested in a series of actual things like this. These are, what I did is I got colored lights with slow aperture cameras to authentically create this. No effects here. There's no movie magic. This one purports to make me look glamorous. Do you guys think that this filter here, how much do you think it increases my glamour? I guess these are new. Are my prescription glasses intended for women? I have no idea. I just pick a pair of reading glasses from the shelf at the CVS and call it a day. Now, there's a pretty sight. This is me as I naturally look. My whole life people have said, Eric, why are you so gray and white? I said, oh, well, because I'm understated in my style like that. Or at this point, now I'm just a sketch. I'm not even a real person. I'm just a drawing. I could make an animated series just like this. Don't walk into that door. Why not? Because that's not a door. That's a hallway. It's like that. Those are normal animation jokes that everybody loves. Okay, well, here's no filter. Ooh, everyone's like, boo, no. You've got to cover yourself up with some kind of filter. Anyway. We had a good time for the first half of that trip, but then Rachel came down with a cold. She's sick right now. She's in bed and was blowing her nose a lot on the way back and had a bit of an earache. I told her to take a couple of Benadryls. What is that? I don't know what that does. I could, if I wanted to be real crazy. I could turn the camera around. Yeah. Now, do I look better with the front camera? I can't see your text at all now, but presumably the front camera is better, usually, on phones. Like, why waste so much time on your back camera? Makes it tall on the PC. I got this one instead of the one that folded the other direction because I thought this one was gonna, when you put it on its side, was gonna make it horizontal. But well, I even asked the person. I was like, so okay, since this one falls like this, it's gonna make videos that are horizontal, right? And since this one falls like this, it's gonna make videos that are vertical, right? He was like, yeah. That didn't turn out to be true at all. Yeah, I probably just need to mess with it. I need to learn how to use this phone, obviously. um, you know, I'm not a phone aficionado by nature, but I can figure out a phone occasionally. I was completely unable to figure out how to get the audio to play YouTube in the car off of this phone because it doesn't have a aux hole. So I'm gonna have to either figure out how to make the USB audio go into the speakers of the car, or just get a little Bluetooth speaker, put it in the car, I guess. They do have a converter that converts this kind of USB thing to aux cable. We got one for Rachel's phone. We could find one for Rachel's phone. I couldn't find one for mine, but it didn't. It kind of lowered the audio quality a little bit. It seemed to bother Rachel more than me, but she was starting to feel sick, so. Well, then, Eric, do tell. Do you anticipate that you as well will be getting sick? Well, we did make sexual intercourse last night, but not really much kissing going on in our sexual intercourse. I don't know if you can get a cold on your penis or not. I'll probably catch a cold no matter what, and that's fine. I don't mind catching a cold, whatever. Well, we took these in the car with us when we left to for LA for our first beverage in the car because I thought this was 0.0. It's actually less than 0.5. So you technically could get busted drinking this when you're driving. Oh no, my penis is healthy as a horse. Oh yeah, we got that kind of stuff. I got Benadryl and chlorotrimazole. I told her to take 3 Benadryls. Hopefully she took a couple Tylenols as well. Then she took her nighttime medicine like olanzapine, Klonopin. And hopefully she'll sleep the sick out. Now this is non-alcoholic beer, but I thought Athletic was 0.0. It's actually less than 0.5, which is fine. I still drink that, but I normally wouldn't drink it while I was driving because of technicalities. I just noticed right now this isn't 0.0. Like I might drink, well, see, I also wouldn't drink a 0.0 beer in a bottle in the car just because you're just inviting getting pulled over, right? So I guess these are as innocuous looking as you're gonna get. It doesn't have enough alcohol in it to get you even remotely buzzed, but you know, sometimes the cops might be a stickler for technicalities or whatever. I think she just got so enthusiastic about the penis that she let her immune system get run down. You know, she goes into a wild frenzy every time she sees it. Sometimes so much so that it negatively affects her health. This will take a little getting used to, because the thing I'm reading is down here, but the thing I'm looking at is up there. Why do cats think they're a bag of potato chips? Well, I'm not. I'm not completely sold on the premise upon which your question is predicated. I'm not completely sold on the idea that cats think they're a bag of potato chips. But, you know, I haven't interviewed a lot of cats about the subject, so I'm really operating from a place of ignorance here. No, baby, you didn't come down with the cold. You came down with the hot. You mean I wasn't hot before? No, you've always been infected with hotness. Okay, actually, I do have a cold, though. Oh, you mean they think they're all that and a bag of chips? Well, Eliana Diaz, yeah, I sort of think they're king of the castle. But Trouble, like, he was very distressed. We were gone for 30 hours. When we came back, he made me watch him eat like 3 times in 15 minutes. It was ridiculous. Capillo, meanwhile, like looked up and was like, "Oh, hey, you guys are back." But Trouble was like, "Oh my God, where have you been? What has been going on? You've been gone for like 30 hours." Hi, show media. I was thinking today how I really want to just write a song that's just like simple, almost like a purposely bad song, just because I just want to write a song, but I don't want to deal with all the ontological baggage of trying to write a song. You know, my standards are so high, I can't ever do anything good enough for my own standards. It's a blessing in the sense that I've gotten, it means I've, I'm listening to the best possible music, right? That's a blessing. But if you're trying to produce stuff that's makes your own playlist of the best music in the world, I don't have any of my songs on my playlist. For me to, I think I need to take this bear to a horticulturist. He's clearly got trees growing on him. He needs to be pruned. You know what they say, you can lead a horticulture, but you can't make her think. No, this vertebrate is just silent, Ruben. Okay, like the B in your name is silent. Ruin. If the B in your name were silent, you'd be named Ruin. People would say like Ruin. You'd be like, no, like Ruen. It's a lot better. Nobody would be able to dispute that. It's funny sometimes I tell Rachel things that I think are just like obviously common knowledge or whatever. But she'd not have heard of it before, and she'll be like, kind of like disturbed and blown away or something. Like, I was talking to her about 9/11 this morning or yesterday morning, just kind of casually. I don't know how it came up, but I think it came up because she was talking about this girl she knew in high school whose father died in 9/11. And I'll get there. um, how this girl in her school, her father died in 9/11, and she became like the most popular girl in school from that point to the end of time, Just like she got endless points for having a family member die in 9/11. Because, Rachel was only 16 when 9/11 happened. Anyway, like, prior to like, I don't know, 6 months ago or whatever, when I mentioned it, she'd never even heard of Building 7. When I told her, well, there's lots more things than that suspicious about it. Like, both the World Trade Centers were explicitly designed to withstand a jet airliner crashing into them. It was like explicit in the plans that that was a criterion it needed to meet. And the only thing people say about that is, well, I mean, jet airplanes are a little bit bigger now. It doesn't make any sense what happened to either of the World Trade Center buildings. They fell down like that. It's just, they have these huge steel support beams. And yeah, fire can, you know, weaken metal and stuff. But even if it did weaken the metal, the whole pancaking thing doesn't make any sense at all. It would fall over like this if it was melting. Just any common sense will tell you that. There's no reason for floor after floor after floor to just, maybe after the first bunch of them you get weight on top, fine, but it's designed for that not to happen. But you're never going to make, as explained to her, you're never going to make any headway there though, because you've got all these engineers making case on both sides. And to even deliberate it out yourself, you got to know about things like the burning temperature of thermite and how long it's going to be exposed to the meow before it loses tensile strength. There's no bunch of engineering shit, And there's these, popular mechanics produced this massive piece of apologia for the notion that the World Trade Center fell down authentically. I call it apologia, but really I don't think popular mechanics was in cahoots with anybody to bullshit stuff. I think they found it incomprehensible, unacceptable to their whatever to seriously consider the possibility that it was an inside job. You know, it was too scary a notion. It is an incredibly scary notion. I mean, the thing is, like, forget 9/11. There's this thing called Operations Northwoods, which I don't think was ever actually executed, but it was a plan that you can see the government documents, which was explicitly to murder U.S. citizens, pretending it was somebody else to justify some kind of invasion. It's like somebody needs to explain what it means to serve America. That you can't serve America by killing Americans and pretending it was somebody else so that we go do this important thing that you're so sure is so important and necessary to do that it justifies murder and lies as a way of attaining it. How is it that we have documents from our own intelligence agency that are on the public record of somebody putting this plan out there and it actually being considered at all? Wait, your plan is to murder people and lie about it? That's your plan? Murder Americans and lie about it? What in the world? Get the fuck out of the Central Intelligence. Go to prison, you treasonous bitch. You know? Yeah, 9/11 was this is what I'll say about it. 9/11 bears, whatever happened on 9/11 bears little to no resemblance to the official story about what happened on 9/11. Prison's not comfy. Neither is treasonous, murderous, lying plots. Okay. But even if you want to say war is brutal and serve the people who make it, be brutal against the enemy. You can't be brutal against Americans and claim to represent Americans. You can't be brutal deceptively in order to fake people into believing that somebody else killed us when it was actually you and claim you're serving America at all. You fucking scumbags. You know, I accept that there are instances where the United States has to go to war, be brutal, perhaps. Maybe even, heaven forbid, stretch the boundaries of various accords and other international agreements to fight wars more classily or whatever. Maybe we need to do that sometimes. I'm not a pacifist. I'm saying if you're doing it to Americans, you're the enemy, you fuck. No, Monica Lewinsky was not an inside job. She was a lovely young lady who was just trying to be a patriotic American by showing her respect to the President of the United States. You know, hey, what if I were Monica Lewinsky? I'm sure I would suck the president's dick too. Who wouldn't? You know, Bill Clinton's dick. Even if I weren't Monica Lewinsky, I'd be like I'm not gonna suck your dick, Bill Clinton, but if I were gonna suck anybody's dick, it would be yours. You're so charming. You're overseeing a tech boom. We're running a surplus. NAFTA's kicking ass. Hey, what do you know? Who wouldn't want to suck that man's dick? I was a good president, you know? Now, the fact that he had a 19-year-old intern suck his dick in the Oval Office means he's not a very good man. He was a hell of a president. Hell of a good president. The only good president I can ever seem to come up with. I mean, there are other good presidents from a long time ago, like, Polk. But Eisenhower was good. Everybody likes Ike. I don't know if she was 19 or not. I'm just guesstimating an age, a young intern lady that an old man should not be exploiting his superior position to get her to suck his dick at work. Obviously, it's a failure of epic proportions on his part, but not relevant to his job as president, especially. I mean, you could say as unprofessional as you could possibly get, but not impactful on his presidency per se. That is disgusting if it's true. If what's true, the Monica Lewinsky thing? I don't know how old she was. 20, 23, 24, 19. Who cares? It's all under 25, you're still eligible for Brigham Young. Dirty debutantes or whatnot. The point is, you gotta really just be like, hey, I really enjoy treating women as objects. I really enjoy using their mouth as my semen toilet. It just seems, I don't know, unpresidential. It's never going to happen in an Eric presidency. There's no way. It lasted 18 months? That poor young woman was blowing him for 18 months? Ay, ay, ay. Like, what the hell could Bill Clinton possibly think to himself? This is what Monica Lewinsky's getting out of this. It is so not caring about mutual respect or benefit or anything. But I guess it was the last gasp of a pre-internet era, last gasp of a sort of insular political climate that kept those kind of secrets. And it didn't. Yeah, well, now you got a president who's on the record as saying, the great thing about being a famous guy is you can just grab a girl right by the pussy and she won't even say anything. It's like, okay, Trump. I'm sure that's somewhat tongue-in-cheek, but you have got to be kidding me. That's what's good about being famous? Oh, The good thing about being famous, the legitimate good thing about being famous, is that if you have good and valuable and interesting and needfully to be heard things to say, then if you're famous, people will listen to you. That's the good thing about being famous. Also, what would be great about being famous would be if somebody would come up to me sometime and say, I recognize you. You're host Eric. I would flip my shit. That'd be so spectacular. You know, it would be one of those awkward situations where they just want to be like, hey, I'm like, come here, sit down. They're like, actually, we really gotta, no, you've gotta hang out with us and let me make a video. They're like, oh God, I wish we had never talked to that guy. One possible outcome of that. So I'm gonna prevent that outcome having anticipated it now. His mugshot is scarred for life in your noggin. Well, at least your noggin is not scarred for life with his mugshot. Right. He was with her for 18 months and he never vaginally fucked her once. I mean, what a scumbag. He just had interns suck his dick all the time for 18 months. A year and a half of intern blowjobs punctuating his presidential day. What? Ow. Well, okay. From a third party perspective, there is no doubt that sucking his dick was the highlight of her life. In the sense that that's what she's known for. That's her highlight. That's her, The Catch by Dwight, whatever, from Joey Montana. That's her all potentially Bill Buckner moments. It defines who she is for her entire life. How would you like to be that girl who sucked Bill Clinton's dick for a year and a half? And it's like, what other identity does she have? She tried to have this kind of like counter identity where she came out and said, that was bad of him and blah, 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 blah. But there's no denying that she was a highly eager and enthusiastic participant. If you hear how it came out because she was so excitedly bragging about it to her friend. So, to what extent do we want to invalidate the legitimate agency of a young woman in her 20s? And to what extent do we want to at all validate the horrible behavior of Bill Clinton? You got contradictory vectors going all over the place here, I don't think she made a good decision, but I do think she was enthusiastically and honestly behind the decision she made at the time, and that nobody could possibly contrive anything from that other than full-throated consent. And yet, obviously, as she's aged, she's got a different perspective on it. She feels like she was taken advantage of by this older man, which she definitely was. Somebody in a superior position of power at work, like, should not have. It's like, okay, you might get in a relationship with a subordinate. Like, I ended up marrying a subordinate from work, but we started dating, we had a relationship, whatever. Bill Clinton was already married, okay? In no sane universe is it ever acceptable for a married superior at work to be getting blowjobs from an intern for 18 months. First of all, why the fuck is she still an intern after 18 months? Are you going to give the woman a job or what? Yeah, I need to learn how to use this phone. So this is what you get right now. If you want something else, well, this is what you get. Okay, good. Good point. I'd like to offer you the job, but you keep giving them to me. Excellent point, Joe. Yeah. It's a complicated question, right? It's not complicated on the question of what should we think of Bill Clinton. We should think, what a fucking scumbag, right? But but even that is like he's a scumbag for cheating on his wife. But let's say he had been single. Would it have been acceptable? In my mind, no, because that job especially is pretty important. President of the United States. You should try to be a serious guy while you're president of the United States. Serious guys don't go, oh, missile treaty, can you come back in like 15 minutes and send Monica in here? Make it 20 minutes. It's 30. That's not very. No, I will. I will mostly at least quit smoking pot when I'm president. Maybe completely. I'll have to be serious, you know. It's not that smoking weed prevents me from being serious or making poor decisions or whatever, right? In some ways, it might be the right choice. This is why I'm saying I would mostly quit smoking weed. The bottom line is, it's not that smoking weed is bad or anything. It's that the president of the United States has a job to do. Um, I've got some habits like smoking cigarettes, right? The the job needs to come before those things. So I'm not going to quit smoking cigarettes, but I'm not going to allow my desire to have a cigarette to interrupt a meeting so I can go outside and smoke a cigarette. You know, I'm going to behave like I'm not going to be that guy who's like, okay, I've been sitting here for 3 minutes. I gotta smoke a cigarette. And basically, I don't anticipate having a lot of time to smoke a lot of weed. There's lots of stuff to deal with. Now, I also don't anticipate being a workaholic and or working dumb. Having a clear notion of what you can get accomplished with a minimal amount of rigmarole is critically important. You know, avoid mission creep. Have limited goals going in because you don't know how reality is going to manifest as you evolve as a president. And try to you know try to get a set. If you think about your presidency as 20 at bats as a baseball player, okay, try to get a lot of singles, some walks, no strikeouts, no double plays. Try to make your outs productive. You know, like a sacrifice fly. You're gonna make an out or two. Try to make them like when there's nobody on and 2 out, not when the bases are loaded and you're critically need to hit, right? So as a president, you want to aim modest. Don't be trying to hit home runs, okay? This is a bad idea. You're not there to hit home runs. You're there to deal with a succession of single things, each of which, if you can hit a single on it, that single may prove to be the winning round, so to speak. That single may prove to turn into a triple because of a couple of errors or something. But avoid mission creep, you know? Don't have a mission. Have specific, clearly understood and articulated things that are actually plausible that you can accomplish. Have a methodology in place which how you plan to accomplish it. Besides just convincing, I'm just gotta talk to lifestyle. That's just idiots, right? Idiots think that that's gonna work. That's like Obama. Oh, I'm just gonna explain to everybody. You gotta have a strategy, and you gotta execute the things you can. You gotta be willing to cut loose things that become too much liability, political liability for the gain or whatever. You got to be pragmatic, but you got to be principled in what you won't do. And most of all, you have to be honest to the American people. You cannot lie to us. And I think there's a lot of lying by people representing the United States of America and the United States of America's people in like in like intelligence agencies and stuff. They're just flat out lying to us, producing disinformation campaigns, trying to control how we think about things and what we know with lies, and claiming to represent our interests by lying to us. I don't like that at all. Now, I get it. Some things you got to keep secret, but that's a very slippery slope. And look, usually when people say a slippery slope, they're engaged in a fallacy. I'm not engaged in a fallacy here. What's a very slippery slope is that, yes, some things need to be kept secret. But guess what? In order to keep it secret, maybe we need a disinformation campaign. No, that's when it becomes unacceptable. You can keep it secret, fine, keep it secret. Justifying disinformation campaigns, in other words, lying to the American people in order to keep your secret, means you failed to keep your secret adequately. If you have to lie to people to keep your secret, then it's not a secret, it's a lie. I don't want anybody who thinks they're representing me or my interests to be lying to me in their official capacity as a representative of my constituency fellows and me, their constituency. Well, they don't all lie, but there's different kinds of lies, and there's certain kinds of lies that I'm most concerned with. Like, in some ways, Trump's kinds of lies are unconcerning because Trump's not running a self-aware information campaign. He is an idiot. It may work, okay? It very well may work, but he believes it. I'm not worried about those kind of lies so much. Idiots getting other idiots all whooped up about some nonsense because they're all idiots and believe it. Well, that's not so much of a problem, right? The problem is when you have smart people who've chosen to willfully create information campaigns to mislead the American people in order to either keep something secret and or guide the narrative that they think is best. It's never okay to lie and think you're doing the narrative a favor. Only the truth and other people's independent evaluation of it can tell us whether it's of value or not. When you choose to lie about it, you excise the process by which it's properly adjudicated by all of us, the American people, We get we're not going to have to get to hear everything. Some things are going to be kept secret. But when you lie to us explicitly with disinformation campaigns, you are treasonous fucks. You need to go to jail. There's no business representing us and thinking that's okay. Because just because you believe it's a good idea, if you really believe it's a good idea, you wouldn't have to lie to us to get us to agree with you. You know, if it were a really good idea, that wouldn't be necessary. Like the Bush administration with their Saddam Hussein's got weapons of mass destruction. Just a straight up lie. And made no sense in the first place. The people who have weapons of mass destruction are the people we refuse to invade. Because after all, they might nuke us. It's like he's saying, oh, we got to stop them because they've got weapons of mass destruction. Well, then won't they use them on our amassed troops and kill hundreds of thousands of Americans? That somehow that question wasn't ever dealt with, asked, answered, you know? It was all such garbage. But like even George W. Bush, you just get the sense that he thought it was a good idea. No, we're gonna kick out democracy. We're gonna put democracies places, and democracies are better. And I don't really. That's my words I'm using, and I can't really explain why I'm so particularly interested in Iraq. Like, you want to liberate someplace, liberate North Korea. Nobody's gonna cry for North Korea going down. You're not gonna have an insurgency of North Koreans going, no, put us back in slavery. Ain't gonna happen. Maybe for 5 minutes until people realize they actually don't have to fake it anymore. And they have choices and they can eat good food and not have parasites and not live in the worst country in the world, you know. And at that point, they're going to be like, fuck y'all. Thank y'all for defending us. For defending us, because those Kim Jong-un folks are a fucking piece of work, let me tell you. If Kim Jong-un came over to your house and asked if he could sit down with you and enjoy some frozen burritos for dinner, would you allow him to? This is a really tricky question because, I mean, you're going to be so curious, right? You're going to be like, I mean, it is a once in a lifetime opportunity to eat frozen burritos with Kim Jong-un. I'm confident I will find this experience, well, hopefully informative, but at the very least, it will be a tale I can tell at cocktail parties for the rest of my life. The time I ate frozen burritos with Kim Jong-un. Here we go again. Eric's telling the Kim Jong-un story again. On the other hand, he's a murderous, totalitarian, dictator-y horror. So, you don't really want to, you don't especially want to encourage that kind of stuff. But like, hey, Kim Jong-un, come on in. So, How many of your people starved today? Ooh, new parasites. You don't want to pull a Dennis Rodman, that's for sure. That's what Dennis Rodman was like. Oh my God, Kim Jong Un. I love your country. All these pictures of you. Everybody's so, you know, so excited to see you. Wow, you must be really well loved. You don't want to be Dennis Rodman. That's that doesn't really look good. You just look like you got no concept of ruthless dictatorship. What's the weirdest food I've ever eaten, Eric? That's a very interesting question. Let me think about it. Well, I will name some weird foods that I've eaten. I have had some kind of insect. Like I tried one in China. Tried a couple of them or something. Uh, With Chinese people going, try it, try it. I didn't want to try it. I didn't try it. It tasted gross and like leggy. Um, Meow. Do you hear that plaintive meow? But I would not consider that the weirdest food I've eaten, and I can't even think of anything specific yet that's weird. I didn't find that especially weird. I found it like rite of passagey. Like, okay, I'll eat this bug. It just tastes like fried bug legs. Um, but you know, I'm sure some of the weirdest things I've ever eaten were in street food in hot meat pies in Moscow. They weren't called hot meat pies in Russian. I forget what it was. But vendors of the hot meat pies, if they knew you spoke English, they changed what they were calling them to. Hot meat pie. Hot meat pie. So, um, I never did learn the Russian name. Anyway, the hot meat pies on the street, they were made by some random person. You could ask them, so what kind of meat is in this? You know, it's meat. What kind of meat? Oh, it's beef. But, yeah, but is it though? But they were delicious anyway. I don't care what it was. They were good. I never got sick eating food in Russia. I got sick drinking a lot of vodka, of course. There's plenty of that. And that will make you vomit. You can go from vomit night all the way up to vomit lord if you drink enough vodka. I wouldn't recommend it. Yaki mandu is a Korean dumpling that can be steamed or fried. Um, Yaki mandu is my friend, and she does not appreciate you calling her a Korean dumpling. Okay? It's rude, it's racist. Yaki Mandu is a thriving businesswoman. She's got a career, a child, 6 husbands, 2 cruise ships, bunch of shit. Weirdest thing I ever ate was a candle or a cigar. Other weird things I've eaten. Oh, I remember when I was a kid, I ate a worm sandwich because I was inspired by that book, How to Eat Fried Worms. My mom actually made me a fried worm sandwich, but I only had a little bit of worm and then I got really grossed out and I spit it out. Um, Other gross things that I've eaten or unusual things that I've eaten. Well, I have eaten. Yeah, I mean, oysters. I think probably oysters are the weirdest fucking thing anybody ever eats. Those things are like, who decided let's eat that? Not only let's eat that, but let's just eat that raw. Who decided that? Somebody was very hungry. Because let's not lie, friends, this time. I'm so sick of our lies. Let's admit the truth to ourselves. Okay? What is that truth? You don't even want to know. Oysters are the weirdest food to eat. They're the grossest. They're the most like disgusting looking, tasting, smelling, texturing. The only way you can even eat them, like I can like pee now without you seeing. Wait, maybe you can see. I don't let you see. Sorry. Um. Anyway, this phone's a lot easier to mess around with than having a tripod all the time. You can just fold this thing and put it wherever. And you know, that's consistent with the lazy man's priority. In case you were curious, the lazy man is me. Other things that are disgusting that people do eat that I may have eaten. Well, okra is disgusting. Nobody should ever eat it. Yams. Horrible. Not really qualified to call themselves food. Let's see. Cauliflower. Oh no. Cauliflower? Get the fuck out. We don't want you around. Other disgusting foods. Well, papaya is pretty gross. You don't want to have your whole birthday party papaya themed. In the sense that like every food, cake, flavor is actually just straight papaya. That would be the worst culinary decision since Julia Child decided on a oyster themed third grader's birthday party. Meow. Okay, so was it exciting? Do you feel like you got a little bit more up close and personal attention in the bathroom with this phone than you have previously? Sure, it is so much easier than having a tripod. It's kind of delightful. I haven't played with the phone at all except to just do this right now. Yep, that's the only thing I've ever done on this phone. I tried to get it connected to the music before on YouTube, but I couldn't get it to work. And so I booed and I hooed and I cried, and tears were streaming down my side. I will tell you a scary story. I will tell you one. It comes with guitar accompaniment. Okay? Are you ready to be scared? Witless? Did I put my red light away? Oh, I need my red light to tell a scary story. Give me a second. I'm going to get the red light. I'll get it. I'm going to get everything all set up to be super scary for you. Well, I don't know what I did with it. Where did I put it? Nobody knows. Oh well. You don't get red lighting. Instead, you get the darkness of the soul of beasts, the darkness of the soul of man, and tonight's extremely scary campfire story entitled, I don't know what it was, but I know it was a what. Okay. Sure, it had started out good. Reuben wearing his hood. Winston's mom smiling along with a backpack and a sleeping bag. Show media and the gang all right around the thing. When time is said, tonight our bed is the forest floor beneath the stars. 'Cause we're going camping. Confidently Reuben led the way. And through this bush that hay, these bramble brushes, I think 17, 16, 15 steps to the west. Well, before it was 3, 4 to 5 at best. The sun was going down. Smiles turning to frowns. Winston's mom screamed, Reuben, what have you done? You've led us, you son of a gun, into a trap place. We'll never get out no matter how fast we race before the sun sets on us and we spend the night in these scary woods. Show me the complaint, I gotta get back, I gotta watch again at 8 o'clock. Somebody take me. But nobody did. Winston's mom said, kid, gotta face the facts. We're camping under attacks. We've been complaining, what about this negative attitude? Assuming some dude's gonna attack us, gonna maim us, kill us, perhaps at least shame us. But Mrs. Mom said no, no person at all. Ain't you heard of a squall called a skunky? One else skunk, it sprays its skunk at its butt if it's threatened by you. 1/2 eighth. If that don't work, it'll hurl its poo. Ruben the guest said, oh my God, I think one day to the west. Everybody turned and they were sprayed by a spray of horror. It smelled like a lawnmower, but lawn mowing fields of vomit. Show media, scream show media. Winston's mom wept, no, no media this time, just horror. And there you have it. It was pretty scary. I just want to write a very simple song, one that won't change, one that is strong enough to retain its form, even after it's born. I want repetition, same words here as the ones before I fear. Instead they're new, and oh dear, I've failed again. Failure, failure, failure sounds like many different things. Failure has all the different rings. Anything can be failure and nothing at all. Even this. Wise words in that song. Wise, wise words. I'm glad somebody finally encouraged me to begin saying wise words instead of stupid words. You might call me a rambling man, 'cause I do a lot of thumbing and a kicking cans. What I won't do and answer good to call me names. My daddy wasn't Willie Woodrow. I wasn't born and raised in no ghetto, just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. I don't want no handout living. I don't want any part of anything they giving. I'm proud and white and I got a song to sing. I said a few things and I admit it. Gotta hump and get it. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. I'm gonna find me a wealthy woman in a line of work. Don't take no diploma, 'cause I ain't got much to lose and lots to gain. You can call me a good time fella, but I ain't no black and I ain't no yellow. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. And you might call me a good time. Well, I said a few things that I admitted. If you want to get it, you gotta hump and give it. I'm a small town boy, been around a little, and I like guitar and I like the fiddle, 'cause that's the sort of folk that the family play. I don't want no handout living, don't want any part of anything they giving. I'm proud and white and got a song to sing. Well, I said a few things and I'll admit it. If you want it ahead, you gotta hold and get it. My boy won't play the deal, my thing. Well, I've said a few things and I'll admit it. If you wanna get ahead, you gotta hump and get it. You're the white boy looking for a place to do my thing. Yep. I'm not just a white boy looking for a place to do this thing. I'm also a black woman looking for her place to do her thing. Meow. What you meowing about, meowy times? What you meowing about? Wonderful, wonderful kitty, having wonderful times. Always cleaning yourself, making sure you got clean lines. Wonderful, wonderful kitty, that's such a fabulous offering. Such a fabulous offering. And that was wonderful kitty patting time again. Just let me at you. Don't walk away. Oh, fuck it. I need to look at the paper for play that one. I don't have it memorized enough. Because I'm a horrible, horrible, horrible person. I don't have this one memorized enough either. It was 100,000 million years ago. It was 100,000 million years ago. Time ran slow. Nobody at the show placed the sand go. Let them go, and they will start to show. More years ensue, and tears gnashing through holy slabs on the view. Unchangingly true, eternally new. Oh, in the slope up there and charge today. Options at large will other way. I don't know that part. I don't know, just everybody just take turns. Walk past me and just slap me in the face and say, Eric, just stop. Just stop. Stop with your non-stop failure. Okay, I'll play a song I can play. El Nino, my ass. You call those storms? Where is the rain? Those drizzles don't count. I drizzle more when I pee in the sink. Is just the right height to catch all the undesired splatter And when I'm done, I'll go outside and climb a ladder. I will go up there. Take me a bucket and pour water inside. And I'll say, hey, Mr. Cloud, drop it from the bottom. Hey, Mr. Cloud, drop it from the bottom. Hey, Mr. Cloud, drop it from the bottom on me. That was nice. That felt nice to play. Made me feel happy. Oh my God, it's such a cloudy day in Los Angeles. It's a very cloudy day in Los Angeles. And today we run out of time. Struggles past, troubles still to come. The day is nearly done. Will someone buy us some more time? Cloudy day in Los Angeles. Cloudy day in LA. I'm no sort of evangelist, but I have something to say. Life can strangely be forgiving to those who lie awake all night, and mostly voices say to give in. They'll try to sap your will to find. But whether I'm supposed to be here or just be soon forgotten, noise is sort of based on what I see, hear, and also on what I avoid. Very cloudy day in Los Angeles. And today we run out of time. Struggles past, troubles still to come. The day is nearly done. Will someone buy us some more time? Cloudy day in Los Angeles. Cloudy day in LA. I'm no sort of evangelist, but I've got something to say. There's something to say. Not singing very well, right? My voice is pretty shot, but I really am enjoying feel playing the guitar. It feels like a gift from God. What could be so satisfying, Gerald has a thought. Gerald has a lot. Gerald has a plot. to get the margarine's tasty spots. He's got the good idea for a name-changing business. Thinking now about what's called Christmas. When the car is burned to change that name. Joe always finds every chance. My voice is so fucking shot right now. Get back to it eventually. But his vision piled up, and his plans would interrupt all the work that started off so hopefully. But now his mind is back on his business, thinking of changing factless to listless. Oh, how all the people wish out his name. And he won't provide. He'll see you from inside your heart. Exciting. Gerald plays his part. And Gerald's telling there's too much to do. And he dropped down in the underview. Too much to report, but where now and what? Too much time spent nitpicking the skew. So Gerald had a lot. Gerald had a lot. And Gerald had a plot to get the margarine instead of time. Then I get an idea of an angel thinking that ain't back with the love. Oh, remember Gerald has a thought. Ah, oh, okay. I have this thing right here to sit on too. It's just for this purpose. Isn't that crazy? I have this chair explicitly for this purpose. Instead of squatting on the ground in agony. Oh, this is much better. Am I being too loud?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I promise. I am just. There's a package in the mail, so I want to check it out.
A package in the mail and you want to check it out. Is it in the mailbox at the top there yet? Here. And here is a flashlight. I had one a second ago. I'll turn the lights on.
Well, I can use my phone.
Okay, I'll turn the lights on for you too.
Thanks.
Oh. Oh.
You alright?
Yeah, I've just been squatting for too long.
Oh. Wow.
I guess I'm about ready to go to bed pretty soon. Oh. Good play. I got a match, but she got a fire. I can play this one. Give me a second. Like that. That tune. Oh, guitar. Just enough being guitar. Okay. What you got?
Earrings.
You feeling okay?
Yeah. I'm gonna go to bed soon.
Did the antihistamines help?
What?
Did the antihistamines help?
Yes, I have. Thank you.
And they only last like 4 hours. You know, take them again.
Okay.
Why have I spent all this time in my life playing the guitar? I spent so much time in my life playing the guitar. Why? What am I doing it for? I like it, I guess. It's nice when it's nice. Who knows why? Who knows why? Once a long time ago. Twice, once, long a time ago. Thrice, twice, and once a time ago makes 4 times a time ago. 4 times a time ago. 4 times a time ago. Hey, you got, you need it. You need it. Man, you get it. I got 16 hours till dawn. You gotta never wait that long. It's a great song. I can't quite play it, but I have to figure it out. So good. I never figured out just fucking around on the guitar. Okay, I'm gonna stop live streaming. Probably go to bed. Maybe watch some TV. I don't know. Maybe eat something too. I think I'll eat something real quick before I even end the stream. There's only 2 people here anyway, so might as well just eat together. You and me and whoever. You and me and show media. Whoever you is. It's like Ruben, show media, and me. What do you guys want to eat? Ruben, show media. You guys are the guests, so you get to choose. Do you want? Oh, you do, huh? You want Mexican casserole? Okay, I'd go for that. I'll go for that, sure. Mexican casserole. This one, I believe, takes 7.5 minutes. No, just 4.5 minutes. Remarkable. By which I mean worthy of remark. 4 and add 30. I think a beverage is in order as well. I'm gonna go for one of these. It's got kiwi in it, it's got strawberry. What more can you ask for a beverage? And I also think a donut is in order. Mm-hmm. I do think that. I think with my heart. Let's see what Rachel's doing. I'll go walk up the stairs. You okay?
Yeah. While I was up by the mailbox, there was like a mound of ants. Like biting ants.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they bite you?
Yeah. There's like some in the house too. I don't know, like, see? Like, oh, it's gross. They like followed me in.
Mm. Well, I'm sorry you got ants on you.
That's okay.
Okay. I heard some noise. I thought maybe you're falling down or something.
Oh no, I'll let you know that.
And you're feeling less sick?
Yeah, like, I definitely don't, I'm not blowing my nose as much.
Good. Well, as you probably could guess, Rachel's still awake too. Even though neither of us slept at all last night. But here's what they don't want you to know. There's only like 20 milligrams of Adderall, you know. We haven't taken very much of it, really. In July was a generic 10 milligram IR, you know. Kicked my ass. Sometimes it's a matter of we're probably rested up, rested out, rested in, and rested about. That's going to result in a burgeoning economy built around conch shells. Of course, now I feel like I'm getting sick. Might be psychosomatic. Hard to say. It is the food. Oh, no, you ain't. Oh, no, you ain't looking at my man. Not on my watch. Not on Sister Terrell's man watch. Oh, no, you didn't. Or, oh, yes, you did. Those are your two options. Which one is it? No, yes, you did. Yes, no, you didn't. Did you know that yes, no, you did? And you did not know, did you, that did not, did do. Those are your options. Pick one. Who gets the first bite of Mexican casserole? Is it going to be Ruben because he's Mexican? Or will it be Show Media because he's a casserole? That remains to be seen. Okay, Ruben, since I deem this dish more casserole than Mexican, I'm giving the first bite to Show Media. Here you go, Show Media. It's hot. You might want to blow on it first. You dropped food on my phone, my brand new phone. Show Media. I guess the lesson learned is that's more Mexican than casserole. Happy Wednesday to you too, fellow human. I am a fellow human, assuming you're human. We can take that to the bank because I majored in the humanities in college. That proves it. No regrets, just love. Let's go all the way tonight. You and I will be young forever. Is that what you're trying to say to me, fellow human? I'm here in my skin tight jeans. And for you, it's like you're living a teenage dream. Understandable. Teenagers will dream about anything from jeans, ice cream, to shirts, to cotton candy, anything. Hmm. So, Ruben, I wanted to talk to you a little about some of the mistakes you made when you were leading the camping expedition. Maybe how next time we can avoid so many casualties. Don't just go plunging into the wilderness confident you know what you're doing. Look carefully behind each bush and rock. This Mexican casserole has vitamins B, D, and C in it, plus all the other vitamins. Your double Bs, your triple A's. It's got beta carotene. It's got alpha carotene. It's got regular carotene. It's got kerosene. It's got iron, cobalt, titanium, quicksand. There's quicksand in this. That's not a vitamin people realize they need, but they do. You've got your vitamin D supplements. All right. Well, what you need to do is immediately rush to your local school cafeteria and get a box of vitamin D milk. And since vitamin D is listed above milk, we should assume it's mostly vitamin D and less milk. Titanium, 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 and titanium. And titanium. You are human. I'm emphasizing to make you think I am not an alien. Well, if you were an alien, one thing you'd never possibly say is, I'm a human. Aliens, well known, they aren't clever enough to lie like that. They're like chocolate on Land of the Lost. Half monkey, half person. Which is better than being a sweet stack. You eat a lot of cheese. I'm very pleased to hear that. Congratulations. I think I'm gonna go to bread after this myself. I like feta cheese for sure. Usually in some sort of Greek salad, on a salad or something. Not just, but even just straight is not terrible. But like maybe put it along at least a little cracker or something. Thanks, fellow human. Most of all, what we learned was how to love. Hmm. Feta fan fiction? Well, not if feta is the only cheese featured in the fan fiction. I think we need to include at least a little bit of Roquefort as well. No, ricotta is great. No, no. I mean, look, ricotta is a cheese that only really gets used in baked pasta dishes, primarily lasagna. But in that capacity, it's mamma mia, delicioso. You can't go wrong using authentic ricotta cheese instead of cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is just not ricotta. I like cottage cheese. Nothing wrong with cottage cheese. I got a 2 bag of lasagna. You want a bag of lasagna? The bag I made them out of more lasagna. Yeah, it's about time for me to go to bed. I could use some sleep. Good night, beloved friends. Know as you leave me now, you leave carrying with you a glowing ember of love from my heart that will keep you and your heart warm all night long.